Okay, YouTube, here I am with my Peerception Sport Sunrise 10-foot kayak. I'm going to just go through some of the mods, or hopefully I get all of them, some of the mods I've made to it since I had it. So let's jump right into it. Okay, the first mod that I made, if you look on the inside at the foot pedals, they were too close for my comfort. I had them all the way forward, and then when I would sit in the kayak, I still felt like I wish I could move my foot pedals a little bit far forward. So you can see here's the original hole, and I drilled a new hole probably about 4 inches forward. This allows me to get that additional space that I need. So it just makes it a little more comfortable. I could have left it where it was at, but I just makes it a little more comfortable when I'm out for a while. Okay, the second mod that I made was I added 1, 2, 3, 4 rod holders. The ones on the outboard are the off-the-shelf rod holders, which I believe are a 45-degree rod holder. But as you can see, we're actually on a surface that is tilted a little bit further. So when I created the holes for these and put the rod holders in there, the rods were actually almost like touching the water because they were leaning out so far. So what I did, I put a spacer in here, which actually forced them apart, and that gave me the 45-degree angle that I was looking for. And in addition to these 2 rod holders, I added 2 more, which are basically just PVC pipe. I zip tied everything together. As you'll see, I love zip ties and velcro, but I zip tied all this together. These 2 are mainly if you're going through an area where you have like a tight channel and trees on both sides or something. It just stands the rods up a little bit more so they're not hitting anything as you're trying to go through that channel or narrow passageway. And also, you've probably seen it a little bit earlier, I added some pool noodles. So I also like pool noodles for a lot of things. You can see I got 4 pool noodles up there, and that's just for additional flotation. If I ever tip the boat or tip the kayak and starts to get swamped with water, it just provides a little more buoyancy. I got pool noodles on the foot pegs just to give me a little more comfort. I use water shoes, so I can feel those hard foot pegs on my feet. So I just put that on there for comfort. And then if you look in the back here, I have another pool noodle, another 2 on this side that run all the way to the back, and that's a full pool noodle. And then I have 2 more on the other side that run, you know, pretty far all the way forward and in the back, and you can see them a little bit more in here. This is just a safety kit that I got. It's a paddle float, and then inside there's a whistle. I got this from and you know, pretty neat. And a pump and a whistle, and these just whistles for, you know, if you need help. Pump, of course, if you get flooded, you can pump out some water, and the same thing with the sponge. So that's just one of the things I added. So that's the pool noodles inside, and on the outside I added 2 pool noodles on either side of the opening, and that is for not necessarily flotation, but quiet. So you can, you know, sneak up if you're trying to be quiet and sneak up on an area or some fish. You know, if you drop the paddle on that, it's kind of quiet. If you drop it on the other part, it makes a pretty big noise. So that's why I did that, mainly just to keep quiet. And also it will, if you start to rock to one side or the other, it just gives you a little more space so water doesn't start to swamp the boat. And let me sit inside here to show you these other things. So while I'm in the boat, of course everybody should have a waterproof phone case. I have a pretty inexpensive fish finder. It's not that good. It's good for telling you how deep the water is that you're in, but the fish finding feature, it works, but it's not that great. So I hooked it up. If you can see, here's the cord. That cord runs all the way through here, comes up on the side, and I have the water velcroed, and that hangs in the water. As again, I told you I like velcro. And then if I can move my feet up, I have velcro on the side and all my little individual tackle boxes here with velcro. You know, I have one for my lures, one for my spinner bait, one for my plastics, and I have room for another one if I want to make another box up. And that's very helpful. You know, keeps this area open, but I can reach under my leg, grab it, get whatever I need, and then put it right back. So that works out pretty good. One of the things for the fish finder, it took 4 AA batteries, which you get out in the water, it seems like, you know, after a half hour or so it would run out of power. Maybe it might last longer than that, maybe 2 hours, but it would run out pretty quickly. So I actually hooked up a battery pack, which goes under my leg, and the battery pack is right there. And I have 4 C batteries in this battery pack. And this, you know, so far I've been out a few times with the same battery pack, and it's been over, you know, probably 12 hours of running time. And let's see, oh, it still comes on. So just because there's C batteries, it just has a lot more power storage capacity, and it allows you to, you know, run all day and use it without any problems. This does have like a fish alarm, so if you're cruising around and you go over a fish or a school of fish, it does have an alarm to beep and let you know. Like I said, sometimes it's not the greatest, but you know, for something that's less than $75 on Amazon or eBay or something like that, it you know, I find it helps. So that's about it. Let me get back out of here. So, I guess that's about it. I keep my forceps clipped to my thing there, so they're always handy. I did have some additional Velcro up there. At one point in time, I only had one of these, a large one that was Velcro to the bottom. I no longer use that because it just seemed like it wasn't efficient. I like these smaller ones that, you know, you can put up onto the side, get them out of the way. If you have 1 or 2 baits that you like to use, you can now just put them right there in the center and have access to them and get the boxes out of the way. Little drink holder. I usually throw my my clippers or anything that I'm using for cutting the line in there. And that's about it. Yeah, with a kayak, I find velcro and pool noodles and zip ties are your friends. So that's it. Hopefully you like this video. Please like and subscribe. I will be doing another video on adding a GoPro camera mount. I filmed this with a GoPro 7 Black, so that's what I've been using for my videos. I'm going to add this mount in the back here and then one in the front, so I can change up, put one in the front facing me or facing forward, and one in the back facing like over my head and out into the water for all the fishing action. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Just Fish Videos.